What's up, everybody out there in 420 land? This is the co-host of Two Stone Dudes podcast, Ryan Castle. The Anchor app is where I got my start, and it's been amazing being a podcast host so far because of Anchor. Let me explain. It's the easiest way to make a podcast for free. That's right, it's free. Anchor then distributes your podcast to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so many more. And I won't forget about the creation tools that allow you to edit your podcast from your phone or your PC. And you can get paid with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make your very own podcast. Download the free app or go to anchor.fm.
Welcome, everyone, to the next episode of the Two Stone Dudes podcast. This is your co-host, Ryan Castle, with...
High as a motherfucker, Rob the Nod.
And...
Mondo Homunculero.
Yeah! Just in a few minutes here, we'll be talking to... Let me get his name up real quick. It's Mike. Mike Mala. I can't pronounce his last name. I don't want to butcher it. So, Mike from the Happy Hour podcast. Happy Hour Review Podcast, I believe it is. They drink and then they review movies.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And there was 3 people in the last episode that I listened to. It was 2 guys and a girl. And it was pretty funny. They talked about Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
And a movie that he's in on Netflix. I don't remember the name of the movie. We'll have to ask him.
Remembrance?
That's one of them. What's the one with the trains?
I don't know that one either.
I don't know.
Okay, so they talked about the one where he was working as like a train. He was a train nerd.
I'm guessing train.
Yeah, train.
Oh,
yeah.
The Little Conductor?
No. Wow. That's horrible. How dare you, sir?
What? He's
I don't
little.
give a fuck, dude. Anyway, like who the fuck's gonna listen to this and get offended? Seriously, our audience is not one of those. I don't think our audience is like people that get offended easily.
I don't give a fuck.
Seriously, it's all gravy. It's all
Mm-hmm.
gravy. All right. Well,
Apparently, I offended a lot of people, but not here.
Oh, you're fine.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I offend a lot of people just by shit I do. I don't even notice or recognize. So
I don't even recognize my own shit. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's our intro. Next up, we will have Mike from the Happy Hour podcast. Have a great night. Have a great evening.
I like Happy Hour.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next segment of the Two Stone Dudes podcast. With me today is Rob the Nod and Mondo Homunculero. And on the line with us, Mike, tell us what podcast you're a part of.
Hey, guys. I'm with the Happy Hour Movie Reviews podcast.
Nice.
We're just a comedy podcast where we like to talk about movies. I mean, really, we're trying to remember movies we haven't seen in a long time.
Nice.
It's a really basic concept.
Okay. All right. How long has it been on?
It's fairly new. We started about late December 2020. We do an episode a week, and we're up to about 12 episodes now.
Okay. Can you tell us where we can find you on social media?
Yeah, we're on everything. Instagram and Facebook at Happy Hour Movie Reviews. You can find our podcast on basically any place you can get your podcast. You know, we're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on Anchor, we're on Google Podcasts, you name it, we're there. And we don't really do the tweet thing. Probably the only one I guess you're not going to find us on.
Okay, right on. All right. Are you monetizing yet?
No, I mean, it'd be great. to get paid to do this, but
Right.
well, I think we're too early in it.
Right. Yeah, so are we, man. We're pretty young in it, dude. We've only been around since like March. So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I think it takes a while to get there. I've done some research into it and trying not to get my hopes up.
Right.
You're better than that tornadoes bullshit.
Yeah, unless you're already a celebrity, it's instant success is not guaranteed.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
What equipment are you using? Like headphones, mixers, mics?
Yeah, we're real basic. Jake on our podcast, he's really the sound guy. He's got all his equipment. He's a musician, so he's all plugged into how everything works there. I know he uses GarageBand as his production tool. I couldn't tell you what his mixer is, and then we're using really basic vocal mics. We got some SM58, some Shure mics. We play music, so it's the same mics we use for music that we use for the podcast. We don't have enough money to buy like specialized podcast mics. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You said you play music. You guys have a band?
Yeah.
Hey, what's your band called?
We actually got a lot of different projects. I'm in a metal band called Totem.
Totem?
We play locally down here in New Orleans. Yeah, Totem. TOTM.
Okay, nice.
And Jake's doing a lot of stuff. Jake's in Carpetbaggers and Dumpster Cat and Jake and the Nobodies. I mean, he's got a lot of different little projects that he's working on.
Nice. Right on.
We do more music than we do podcasts, believe it or not.
Really? Oh, right on. What's been your most memorable episode so far?
Most memorable? Probably we did an episode about movies that were filmed in New Orleans, and man, just had like a ball. Jake brought in a record player, and he was just putting old jazz tunes every now and then, and we would talk.
Hey, hold on 1 second.
It was a really
hold on 1 second. There's something playing.
That's a goddamn phone.
Sorry about that. Please
Son of a
continue.
bitch got a mind of its own.
It's all gravy, man.
Well, yeah, man, the New Orleans episode, I think that filmed in New Orleans.
Okay.
Talked about our local spots and things we recognize in the movies, and just had a good time with it.
Nice. What's been your favorite episode to do?
My favorite episode is we did an episode for M. Night Shyamalan movies, and I still can't say this guy's names right. Shyamalan. He's got back in the day he had some bangers, Oh yeah. So we did his movies and we just had a good time with it. Jake hadn't seen some of the movies, so when we hit him with the twist, he was real taken back.
Oh shit!
It was fun.
Nice. What episode would you recommend to someone who really wants to hear about like everything your podcast stands for?
Stands for? I don't really think we stand for anything. I mean, we're all just about having a good time, man. We're a fun podcast. We're here to. It's comedy, we want to make you laugh. We want to make you feel like you're in the room with us having a good time. So, I mean, pick an episode and run through it and see if you have a laugh. If you do, come on back. If you don't, maybe we're not for you. Thanks for giving us a try.
Right. Hey, I definitely recommend your last episode on Peter Dinklage because that was fucking hilarious.
It really was.
We got a kick out of that, dude.
Yeah, we dug it.
Yeah, the way you guys critiqued everything.
I'm glad you like that.
I mean, the story.
It's a full-length episode. I swear.
Like, I don't even need to watch the movie. I can picture like the one with the trains. Oh my god, I can picture that whole scene in my head the whole time. I was pretty impressed by that.
Dude, I still haven't even seen these movies, and I'm like, I don't think I need to now. I know what happened.
Watch that shit tonight.
All right, man.
I'm gonna ruin it if I watch it.
Right. All right, Mike, we're going to get personal with you, man. So where are you from and where do you live now?
I'm born and raised in New Orleans. I'm from a small suburb right outside of New Orleans. When I was a kid, from like 1 to 10, I lived in a little town called St. Rose, right on the Mississippi River. Then from there, we moved to Destrehan, which is really like the neighboring town. But both of these places are 20, 30 minutes outside of downtown New Orleans. So I've been here all my life, and I never left.
Nice. Right on, man. Some people like where they're at. What is something people misunderstand about you?
You know, I like to joke. I like to crack jokes. People probably think I don't take anything seriously, especially when there's like tension. I'm always the one to crack a stupid joke at the wrong time, and
That's awesome.
people probably think I'm just a jokester, and I'll never take anything seriously. But I actually, I think that's the most misunderstood, because I do like dedicate myself to a lot of things in my life. I just like to fool around.
Right? Hey, man, the fuck, right? That's
do.
just that. Yeah, Rob's
Right?
like that.
Yeah.
Whenever we get in too serious of a conversation, Rob has to crack a dick joke at some point. So,
Hey, man, I feel you. I know exactly what you're talking, where you're coming from, right?
There it is.
all right, man. What makes you feel inspired?
I watch a lot of documentaries that always get me inspired. I always feel like, I watch a documentary about something and I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I should be out. These people are out here getting people out of jail that don't deserve to be there. And then, selfish old me 2 days later, I completely forget about it and go on with my life. So, I don't know, maybe inspiration doesn't last very long for me.
There.
Right on, man. Well, what motivates you to get up every morning?
Money. I mean, what motivates anybody, right?
Right.
I got shit to do, guys. Nobody works for free, y'all,
Right.
That's right. So, Mike, this is Mondo. What's your day job?
Actually, my day job, I'm an environmental consultant, which is a very broad term.
Right on.
But what I do basically is I help people follow the law when they do like commercial real estate transactions.
Okay.
Right on.
All right.
It's pretty interesting. What the hell on? I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
Wow.
We can talk about that forever. I like my job too much.
Right on.
How
But
long?
I'll put y'all to sleep. We don't need a nighttime podcast.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind getting a little bit into it. Mike, how long you been How long you been doing this for?
This is my 10th year that I've been doing this. I got this
Nice.
job when I was in college. Kind of just like fell into it. I needed a job. A buddy of mine was like, "Hey, the company I work for is opening this office." I applied, and when I got out of college, there wasn't a very good economy, so I stuck with what I had and never left it. It's fun, it can be really demanding. A lot of what we do, sometimes it's like hazardous materials. I might work with like lead-based paint, asbestos, mold. Those kind of things freak people out. So sometimes when the shit hits the fan, I got to get going at a moment's notice, So
Right.
it can be hectic, but it keeps you spry.
Nice. So, do you guys work with people that do mold remediation?
I do, yeah.
Okay, I've done that for.
We're the
before.
people that do the sampling. We do like the testing. We tell you, if you have mold, what kind of mold you have, where it's coming from, and then we get a contractor to come in and fix the problem.
Okay, tell me if I'm saying this right. Aspergillus penicillin.
Penicillium. You're pretty close.
Almost got it. Damn. All right.
Those
That's
are two different species of mold, but
Okay.
they look almost identical under a microscope, so they basically call them the same thing because you can barely tell them apart.
Oh,
But,
wow.
Aspergillus penicillium is like super common when you have water intrusions in the inside of the building.
Right. Yeah, I used to do water damage restoration and mold remediation. That's how I know that shit. That's the only.
Oh,
the
yeah,
only
no
way I know that
kidding,
shit.
man.
Yeah, I was in the industry for a
It's
while.
always nice to talk to somebody in the industry.
Right. You know what? I tell you what. I stopped doing it because the technology got too much for me. I couldn't use it. I couldn't use the shit they were showing me anymore.
I wonder how it is
So-
in Arizona.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, doing mold remediation.
Yeah, man, I'm going to be using an infrared camera tomorrow. So
Wow.
It's crazy fast.
Wow, nice. All right, brother. This is our part of our podcast here. Let's talk about cannabis. Do you partake?
Hey, let's go. So, not anymore. I used to actually very heavy. I was a daily smoker for years and years, all through high school, college, even after college for a few years. But in my industry, the drug testing is a very common thing. Nobody wants the stoner scientist. So it's that kind of ran its course once you get that big boy job.
Oh man, that sucks. I'm sorry you can't do that. That's a shame.
Marijuana.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad.
You get people you get people in the White House that can fix this problem for us. What's the deal?
Right.
Why is this shit not federal yet?
Seriously, you know, it was on the Mondo. What happened to that vote?
Passed the House, didn't even get picked up in the Senate yet.
Okay, so that's what's going on. That's to legalize it.
So we got hope.
Yeah, there is hope, man.
Just got to keep coming at them and get more Democratic senators. That's all.
When you were smoking, do you know what kind of weed you were smoking?
All kinds, but I mean, you know, everybody starts with a little bit of like swag and Reggie, you know, but once you get into like the KB, you find all kinds of crazy strains. I couldn't even start to name them all.
Do you remember any ones that were your favorite?
Oh yeah, in high school, shit, I don't even know how old it was. Maybe I was a senior in high school. We got some weed called Alaskan Thunderfuck.
Yep.
And that is the craziest shit I've ever smoked in my life.
Nice,
man.
Nice. All right. Do you know the difference between a sativa and an indica?
I know that there is a difference.
Okay. All right. Which one do you prefer?
Yeah, this is where you're going to go over my head. But, I mean, one of them is like a sleepy and one of them is like a little more energetic. Is that right? Am I on the right track?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the energetic one. I'm an uppers and not a
you're
downer.
You're a sativa kind of guy. All right.
Yeah, there we go.
All
See,
right.
now I'm going to write that down there.
How long ago was it that you stopped?
Probably about 8 or so years ago.
Okay, yeah, it's been a while.
You know, I've taken a toke here and there since then, but
yeah,
you know, never really been a smoker again. It's just not the same once you take a big break and you try to come back at it. You know,
right.
Right on. All right, let's get your thoughts on some current events, man. Talk to me about Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, I think. Well, don't they? I mean, come on, everybody's got a right to protest for the value of their own life. You know. Who are we to say that they can't?
Right. COVID-19.
Oh, that's a crazy topic. Can it end? I don't know, man.
Everybody's different.
That's what I want.
Everybody's different, you know. Can it end? Mondo is giving a prediction. He's giving it about 6 months.
6 months, huh? Dude, I hope you're right.
Yeah, I think
right.
I think I am. I think by September we're going to be in great shape. Well, people are crazy. They're already thinking that everything's normal.
Oh, yeah. That's what's going to fuck you up your 6 months right there, bud.
Especially with the new strains, the ones that are more contagious. Could be a little tough.
All right. Talk to me about the Trump era.
The Trump era, shit, man. It's crazy time. It's a crazy time we live in. I've seen a lot of shit I never thought I would see.
Yeah, no shit. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 30.
You're 30. Oh, man.
He's getting there.
You're getting there, bro.
You've seen a couple things. There it is.
Yeah, trust me.
I've seen a couple things. Yeah, these are some of the craziest things. Sometimes you wake up and you hear a story and you're like, is this real life right now?
Dude,
Can we verify this?
We had a guy on from Canada that was like, I asked him if he felt bad for us, and he said yes.
Yeah. And he was half serious.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I really think that on the international stage, we're kind of like the laughing stock right now. You know, we elected a reality TV star to lead our country. You know, how did we think it was going to go?
Right. Well, how did your 2020 go?
My 2020 was insane. You know, we actually do a lot of like building cleaning verification for COVID-19. So 2020, I was busier than ever. And with all of the travel restrictions, I was just basically nonstop, been traveling everywhere, driving a whole lot. I'm like a truck driver now. I feel like I'm always on the road. So, yeah, I mean, it's been nuts. It's been a change in lifestyle, that's for sure.
Huh. Well, you sound busy. And once again, thank you for taking time out of your busy-ass schedule to do this for us, man. We appreciate it, dude. Fuck.
No, man, I stay busy. That's how I keep going. You can't stop.
Talk to us
That's all
about
good.
your thoughts about the insurrection at the Capitol.
Fuck 'em.
Shoot, I mean, there was some murders that took place. I mean, we got some people I need to go to jail for murder. That's for sure.
Right.
But do I think that's the right way to go about airing your differences? You know, if you disagree with somebody, do you just go beat somebody to death that had nothing to do with it? I get everyone's got their opinion on Democrat and Republican, but I just don't see why it always has to resort to violence.
Right.
I'll never say anything good about people that think they could bully anybody else into their perspective. We all should be open minded and open to discussions, but that shit to me is crazy.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right on the fucking money, bro.
Yeah, it's just
Yep.
like us on that.
Yep, we're in the same stance.
We're with you on that one, partner, for sure.
All right, so this one's kind of fun. It's called "Do You Subscribe?" All right, this is all these goofy questions I like to ask people. All right, do you believe in an afterlife?
All right. I guess I'd like to think there's an afterlife, but not in a ghost type sense, but I don't know, maybe in a soul type sense. I don't know if that makes any sense at all.
Okay. Have you ever had a paranormal experience?
No, and actually, I think it'd be super cool to have a paranormal experience because then you have proof, right?
Right.
I got to see it with my own eyes. There is an afterlife.
Right.
No, I've never seen it. I've been in a lot of crazy places. My job takes me in abandoned hospitals all the time.
Oh,
you got to
shit.
walk around in the dark
Fuck
in an
that.
abandoned hospital.
That's cool.
God.
No, I mean it's
That's
kind
cool.
of exciting. It can be a little scary, especially when you're not worried about the dead people, but you're worried about the alive people that are
Right.
in there. That's a little scary.
That might be a little weird.
But no, man, I've never seen anything, and I'd like to. I think I've been in places that people would always that's definitely haunted, and never seen any evidence of it. But I think it'd be really cool too.
Well, let me ask you this: since you're in New Orleans, what about Marie Laveau?
You mean the real story or the ghost story they tell everybody?
No, not the ghost story. No, let's have the real deal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she was a crazy person. I mean, she definitely did terrible things, but
Yeah.
that's the type of story that tends to be exaggerated when you do these ghost tours in the French
yeah.
Quarter.
Yeah, it becomes
was she a vampire or whatever they want to say? Yeah, I doubt it. But
Yeah.
was she a terrible person? Yeah, certainly.
well, and she was a little bit of a voodoo practitioner, so yeah.
All right, I got
Yeah,
no idea who
yeah.
you guys are talking about. So you guys want to fill people in?
Well,
Oh yeah, so she's a woman that lived in this very infamous building in the French Quarter, and they were slave owners, and they didn't treat their slaves very well, and they got a reputation for it. They would lock them up in the attic in shackles, and I don't know. Somehow the story got around that she was like a vampire, sucking people dry.
Wow, that's
and,
fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. And everybody's got their own stories. So, there's that American Horror Story has a show about it now.
Yeah.
One of their seasons is about that.
right.
Oh wow, I'll have to
You
watch
hear
that.
a bunch of different versions of it.
Nice.
You shouldn't.
All right. So do you believe in the Matrix theory?
Sometimes you do see some crazy shit that makes you think I don't know. There's no way to prove that it's not. I'm open to theories like that. I like things that make you think out of the box.
Right.
That's definitely one that's that'd be a very cool twist to the situation we're in. Where we're all thinking we're going to an afterlife, but you just wake up in a different body, and they're like, "Welcome out of the simulation."
Right. Right.
It's nuts thing to think about, but I can't tell you that I guess I don't believe in anything that I don't know for sure. I'm open to it.
Right. Right. All right. Do you know what the Mandela effect is?
I've heard of the Mandela effect, but if you're going to ask me to sit here and describe it, no, I can't help you.
Okay. All right. Don't worry about that. All right. Was the moon landing faked?
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, so you've heard about the thing with The Shining, how they say that Stanley Kubrick put all of these things in The Shining to show people that he was hired to fake the moon landing.
I think
I
I've heard something like that. I think I heard something about that.
Yeah. I think that's what has a lot of people I know believing that it's real, but it just seems far-fetched. If you know anything about how they film movies and the type of technology they had back then, it almost would have been like more expensive to fake it than to just do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
To get the lighting the way it had to be and to fake gravity like that, I don't know.
Yeah, it would take a lot of work. It would take a lot of work to do something like that. Former director of Israel's space security has come out and said that there are a lot of aliens and that they visit us regularly. Do you believe that statement?
I think I'm not going to remember the name of this theory, but there's a theory out there that if intelligent life does exist, that there's a time paradox that unless they found a way to time travel or to break physics and travel faster than the speed of light, it would be impossible for two sophisticated societies to actually interact with each other. So, I mean, there's definitely, you can't put it past the possibility that there's some kind of technology that would allow something like that to happen. We've seen crazy technology just in the past few decades be created, but I think it's improbable. It's improbable to see two sophisticated species exist simultaneously and to be able to interact with each other. We've scoured the galaxy and, I haven't seen any evidence of even like microscopic life. We haven't seen bacteria yet. It would be cool to see life in general. We don't even know if there is any other life, let alone sophisticated, intelligent life.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think it's unlikely, but possible,
Okay. All right. This is my favorite part, man. Tell me about your happiest memory.
Happiest memory? Oh, Lord, that's a tough one. I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin.
What's something that just warms your heart and almost brings a tear to your eye? That kind of moment.
I mean, I've got a lot of good memories, like with my girlfriend and my dog. Probably the happiest time of my life is right now. If you want to talk about like a period of life, I'm probably happiest right now in my life than I have been in the past. So, yeah, I mean, the happiest things around me bring me happiness.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
That means you can have that moment to take the breath outside your door and like, I'm living better now.
Yeah. Either one of you got any questions for Mr. Mike?
No, it's really good. Who's going to be on your next show? Tell us about what your next show is.
I wish I could. I mean, we're kind of lazy. We come up with it like the day before.
That's cool. Little
spontaneity,
man. Little spontaneity. Never heard anyone. No, it's a good thing.
And you got a good show, so hey, shit.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, man, I appreciate that. We'll find something that'll keep going interesting. But as of right now, I haven't even thought about it.
All right. When is the next show?
He says he doesn't know.
We just released an episode today.
Okay.
So episodes come out every Monday. We record them on a Saturday. We do production on Sunday, release them on Monday. So the episode that came out today was horror movie, but it's specifically like practical movie effects. So like I did that movie, The Thing, from 1982. Y'all ever seen that movie?
I love that movie.
Dude, that's such a good movie. I love that movie
really is.
too. So,
and there was a book that it came from. And the book is even more insane because the thing is thinking, and it's got all these many different thoughts running through it. Oh, man. Ooh.
Oh, dude, I'm going to have to read the book. That's awesome.
That's a butt ripper, man. Let me tell you.
Just do yourself a favor. Don't watch the 2011 The Thing. It's not worth it.
It's not as good. Not nearly, no. If you saw the first one, you'll turn that one off, I think.
So at least something to be desired.
I fell asleep.
Right on. Sweet. Dude, so you got to eventually have us on to do a review with you. That's the next step.
Yeah, hell yeah, guys.
We got to do that shit.
We're going to have to maybe take some tips from y'all on how to get, calls working.
Oh, dude, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. Don't worry about it.
We can do a Skype episode or something.
Well, something like that. Whatever you want to do.
I got this little board called the Rodecaster Pro. and I'm a musician, mostly retired, and yeah, I got this little board. It's really cool. You plug everything into it. We have you on Bluetooth through the board, and it's ABC. I mean, it's got a green button that's about like an inch square, 4 inches square, and you just press it, and we record. And you set your levels like you would on a soundboard.
Yeah, if you kind of know how to use a soundboard,
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
If you know how to use a soundboard, this thing's really easy.
Yeah, and I can export it so I can play with it in Odyssey or GarageBand or Logic. I could do those things, but we usually don't need to. It turns out pretty doggone good this way.
Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah, so there you go. Anyhow, once again, thank you for taking time out of your hard, long day. I can't believe I just said that.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard and long, dude.
Thank you for taking time out of your day to do this show for us. We really appreciate it, brother. Keep in touch with us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, dude, no problem. You made you made a great episode out of this for us. We really appreciate it. We'll keep in touch with you, all right? Keep in touch with us, and we'll keep on listening to your podcast and pumping them out on our social media. So that's the next step for us with you guys.
Way to go, Mike. Thanks.
Thanks,
appreciate
Mike.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right.
bet.
Mike, have a great night. Take care, brother.
Y'all do too.
Later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-host Ryan Castle with Rob the Knot and Mondo Humunculero, and this is our outro where we have a conversation about how the podcast went and whatever else comes to our mind. Mondo, how did you like Mike and his podcast?
Oh, I liked his podcast. I liked him. I thought he was very cool to have on. In fact, sometime we'll have to get a little agenda about, the things that he does as far as, doing the reviews and ask him more questions about that. He's a guy who I think we should have on again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll definitely have him back on if he wants to.
There we go.
No
That's
problem.
my take.
Rob the Knot, while you're rolling your blunt.
I am, but I can still speak.
Okay.
But
What do you think of our show?
Good interview. I listen to his podcast, and I prefer his podcast other than fucking tomato reviews.
Oh, then Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, I don't
You'd
like
rather
Rotten
listen to them than
Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't like Rotten Tomatoes.
You don't like Rotten Tomatoes?
I
Why?
don't either.
They're full of shit. They're full of rotten tomatoes.
They're a rotten bunch of tomatoes.
They have a personal view on movies.
Right.
And they just go by that. When I can watch a cheesy movie...
There are all sorts of critics, movie critics, and they just happen to be popular because they got it online first.
They're overpaid.
Well, I guess.
There's a lot of critics.
I'm a critic right now. I'm going to critic.
You've been critical to critics. You're the critics' critic.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't blame
anyways, when he was on our show and he spoke about a movie and I was in tune with it, and from listening to his show, I'm going to hop on Netflix tonight and watch the movie review.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool beans.
Sounds good.
Nice. Anything else we need to get off our chests?
Well, we were talking about horror movies. Let's talk about some horror movies.
Yeah. Because he mentioned, because again, they do reviews, I was thinking about The Frighteners. It was from 1996 with Michael J. Fox. And it had to do with spirits.
The ghost. Yeah, I've seen that. That's one of my favorite movies.
And when they went to an asylum, I liked that whole scene. It was like 45 minutes of the movie, all in an asylum. It was cool.
Yeah. It was one of the creepier movies.
It is
It's
cool.
one of my favorite. It's Michael J. Fox. I love Michael J.
It had a
Fox.
good story. I like the storyline.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it. My horror movie thing started with Michael Jackson's Thriller. Okay?
It's amazing.
And then I had this horrible fear of zombies, and I would have zombie nightmares throughout my life. And then The Walking Dead came out. And it just, like, I had to watch it. Like, every zombie movie that ever came out after that, like, I had to watch it. Because I had to get through the fear.
Are you still watching The Walking Dead?
No, because Rick's gone. It's boring.
So, did you have to beat it to get through it?
What? Yeah. Why? Man, I'm stoned.
Again.
We can get some more right now. Where's my lighter?
There used to be
Here's a lighter.
a little comic that would be in some of the Zap comics by Robert Crumb, and it was called Stoned Again.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It had something to do with people smoking weed?
Oh, totally.
Nice.
Totally made fun of people who smoke weed.
Really?
Oh, sure.
Oh, so not fun.
Well, Robert Crumb is like a weirdo. He's a very weird guy. I think he probably took his share of acid and smoked a lot of weed. However, at one point, he became kind of straight.
Okay.
But he liked women with big asses. In fact, one of his comics was Big Ass Comics.
That's funny.
He likes healthy ass.
And then he came up with snoids. Snoids are little creatures that live in people's ass.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Isn't that called a hernia?
No, these were called, right? No, these things were snoids.
Snoids.
Snoid. S-N-O-I-D. Snoid.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, he's very gross.
Ew.
One of my favorites are Felch Comics, and a lot of good stuff in there from S. Clay Wilson. He was great. He did all the bikers and the Checkered Demon and all these great characters. I have a whole collection of his shit. Anyway, horror movies. What kind are your favorite, Rob?
I'm more into a true story kind of a thing.
Okay, like
Okay,
serial.
so you don't like Friday the 13th or Freddy Krueger or anything?
Friday the 13th, that's too bullshit for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll spit on you and I'm fucking running. That's it.
Right.
I'm going to go, I'll rob a car, rob someone's car, and get the fuck out of Dodge.
So,
fuck
All
camp.
the time. You're like, why aren't you
Fuck
running?
a camp. A hockey mask? Do you even play hockey? Fuck you. I'm out. No, it's the ones that I'm sleeping in my bed and I wake up and I'm like, what is that in the corner? Is that looking at me? Are the eyes moving? It's coming close.
that's crazy.
Did I throw away the tissues after I finished masturbating? I don't know.
Oh, my God.
That's it.
Well, those horror movies.
So those are the kind you like. The ones that are more realistic that might have happened.
I'd rather have the nightmare of the horror movie and not have it.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Ryan? What's your favorite genre?
It's the zombies.
The zombies, yeah.
I
You already
just
said yours.
they've
Zombies
terrified
creep
me
you
for
out, huh?
years. Dude, they terrified me for years, man. It was ridiculous. I told a story about the fucking zombie walk. I almost killed somebody. I almost killed
That's
people
right.
in the fucking zombie walk.
You did, yeah. It
Fucking freaked the fuck out.
freaked you the fuck out.
Were you like high or stoned or anything?
No.
Like that? You
were straight.
sober.
Yeah.
Damn.
I had like 4 years clean.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Actually, to me, it's hilarious.
I could only imagine a guy who lives in the basement at his mom's house. Like, Mom, I told you, they're real. They're real.
Dude, we were out. Where our condo was, dude, we had like 3 floors to it or something like that.
Yeah.
And at the balcony on the top floor, you could see like a little bit of downtown Phoenix right where we were at.
Do you remember the day? Like, what day of the week was it?
It was on like a Saturday.
Yeah, it was probably during Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Was it like around Memorial Day?
Something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was Comic-Con. Yeah. They used to have huge zombie walks.
Yeah, dude. I never saw anything like that in my life, and then I saw that day, and I freaked out because I'm like, oh my God, it's coming true. This is fucking great. We spoke it into existence. Fuck, this is what's really going to happen.
They had a big Star Wars walk the last time.
Oh, yeah? I'd rather see that.
And they had the real guy who plays Chewbacca all dressed up, man.
Oh, yeah?
That was the shit.
He did now.
Yep.
He died,
They got another one, though.
sadly.
Anyway.
You know what nobody talks about?
What's that?
Mad and Cracked magazine.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Nobody ever talks about
they're
those.
gone now.
Oh, what?
No.
Yeah, Mad's gone.
Oh,
Oh,
Mad
that
Magazine,
sucks.
yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's
Really?
About 6 months ago.
Oh, it's a shame.
been doo-doo. Yeah.
Well, nobody read it anymore. Not like when I was a kid, we couldn't wait to get our hands on it.
Yeah, dude. Once I got into it when I was like 10 years old.
And there's some great things in Mad. There really were. And then the TV show wasn't too bad.
Yeah, the TV show was pretty good.
Wasn't too bad for a while.
Yeah, the blonde girl,
Right.
is on a show called Disjointed on
Netflix.
on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's all about a weed store and the employees that work there
Oh.
and the owner, and it's Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates is
Yeah.
the owner. I watched that show. I
Now-
love that show.
You know what? If it was like a regular comedy where they weren't cursing as much, it might be a little funnier. But I don't know why. It's just not my taste. Like they just curse way. They curse like when it's unneeded. You know what I mean? Just because they can.
Kind of like we do all the time, motherfuckers.
Right. We can get away with it. But it's like, it's a TV show, and it's just like, to me, it's like I don't expect it. So it fucks with me.
So you fucking trying to tell me that you watch this fucking show, and every time they fucking curse is unfucking necessary? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Fucking television.
I just keep cursing. Fuck 'em.
I don't know.
I even when I'm taking a shit, I've been like, get the fuck out of here. Go to California.
You know, you got to know when to do it. Like when I'm talking to customers on the phone, the only time I cuss is when they do first. Then I will cuss. Otherwise, I don't. I just keep it clean.
Do you have to understand the language first?
I do understand a few of those, yeah.
Okay.
I learned the hard way about cursing with people around work. I was a bellman at the Wild Horse Pass Casino and Hotel.
Oh, boy, yeah.
And
Good tips?
this guy came in and he was kind of wild, and I was taking like his 3 bags up to his room with him, and he was just talking about crazy shit, what he was going to do. He's talking about doing blow and banging hookers and shit. And
you got his number?
No.
Good for him.
So like he gave me $100, and I was like, dude, fucking thank you. Like, it just came out of my mouth. And I figured, that's whatever. He just fucking gave me $100, and he's been cursing his ass off and telling me about hookers and blow the whole time.
But it's polite to say
yo,
thank you.
He called the fucking front desk and told them that I was offended. Told him he was offended because he just gave me $100 and I cursed.
Fuck.
Oh, but he took it the wrong way.
Dude.
How'd you mess that up?
I didn't. I don't know what the fuck happened with
Did
that
you give
guy.
him the $100 back?
Mm-mm.
That goes
Good for you.
Customer service record.
That's what I would have said.
I just, you know, and I looked at it, I was like, he just gave me his $100 bill. I don't see what the fucking problem was.
What year was this?
This is probably 2011.
Oh, so
He completely misunderstood you. That's why.
I guess so, dude.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I was trying to figure out how much is $100 worth at the time, but yeah.
It's worth $100 at the time.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, yeah.
All right, let's end the podcast on that note.
Well, you didn't ask me what my favorite.
Oh, what is your favorite type of horror movie, Mondo?
Oh, actually, anything with monsters and nastier and meaner and scarier. The monster, the more well done it's done, the better. And a big werewolf movie fan.
Oh, wow. You like The Predator?
Liked the Predator a lot. Liked Alien versus Predator,
and then scary.
Predator. When you're a kid, Predator's kind of
when
scary.
it first came out, it had a couple jump moments in it.
Yeah,
it did. Alien was more so. Alien's a dirty mother, man.
Well, because when Alien came out, nobody had ever seen anything like it.
No.
Nobody can hear you scream in space.
Well, and that's right. And the lighting, really got you. I mean, the lighting was great in the movie. So it was a great one. But, presently, I'm a gigantic Godzilla fan.
Really?
Yeah.
The king of the monsters.
Oh, okay.
Kaiju.
Okay, we can't end this right now. I'll go Godzilla. I used to wake up at 4:45 in the morning.
That's when
to watch Godzilla in black and white at 5 in the morning while I'm eating my Fruit Loops.
Wow.
What a beautiful thing.
Right on.
It's a beautiful thing.
Every Saturday morning.
I record all the Godzilla movies that are on Sony TV.
Uh-huh.
And so, I'll watch them, my favorite ones, because I got favorite parts in every one of them.
Remember Ultraman?
Oh, yeah.
He only fought Godzilla
right
2 times.
Right.
God,
he should have fought him.
Fucking nerds.
And I'll tell you what, the last 2 Godzilla movies, a lot of people that are hardcore, they like the guys in the suit better. Last 2 Godzilla movies were awesome.
Well, also from our last, the former guest that we had on there, he was talking about He-Man and all that shit on the show.
Yeah, let me say something.
I still have my Castle Grayskull original.
Bro.
There you go.
I'm going to try to throw that shit away. My brother called me, hey, Mom's trying to throw away your castle. I'm like, fucking stop her!
I'll be honest, the more I looked at it, the more I was like, oh my god, I am a fucking nerd. Because I love Star Wars. I love Star Trek.
Yeah.
And you're a wrestler. You're a professional
and I love
wrestler.
wrestling.
So
I know everything about wrestling.
You
I don't know everything about wrestling, but I know I'm a fan of
You wear a costume. You play a role.
Yeah.
You're a fucking nerd.
You said Star Wars, but then you said something about Star Trek.
I love Star Trek.
You're a Trek fan, too. You're a Trek fan.
Which one?
Yeah, all of them.
All of them, yeah. But what
I'm sorry,
really
I've
like...
never seen Deep Space Nine. I've never seen Deep Space Nine.
Oh.
You gotta watch
It's
Deep
pretty
Space
cool.
Nine.
But you know what? My favorite one lately is Picard. The series that was on CBS.
Oh, yeah?
My God! It
Next Generation.
It was just Picard as an old.
His separate. Okay, yeah.
So this is us geeking out, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell yes!
I'll change it.
All right. Let's end this because I'm going to go home and eat some dinner. I'm fucking
Go home and eat some dinner, Ryan.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the Two Stone Dudes podcast. We appreciate your time and effort that we put into listening to us and being a fan. Pass it on to your friends. Check us out on social media under Two Stone Dudes podcast, and check us out at twostonedudespodcast.com for our what's that website that no, god damn it, you had to bring a WordPress site. That's what it is.
I'm sorry.
So anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night.
Yeah.